It is 8:34 time for your TTO program this morning, and we have John and Aspen in this morning discussing Western Dakota Crops Day. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
All right, so let's get rolling right away. We've been announcing this for the past week. You guys have been preparing for this and kind of a new location, kind of a different way of doing it this year.
Yeah, new location this year. Don't go to the Armory. Come to the Research Station Extension Center. So we're moving it to that. And we're also moving it to an afternoon program, not till 1 o'clock. Maybe get a little more time to get chores done, or if the weather's a little crappy, some things. So start at 1 o'clock. Should be running to about 4:15, 4:30. But I think we have actually a really good program lined up. So, format's still the same in the past, just different location, different time.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go over. You have, looks like numerous little time slots for different speakers,
Yep,
right?
we do. Yeah, I said to have a couple people coming from outside the DRC or RECs. But first we're going to have James Rogers, who's the Extension Forage Specialist up at the Minot at the North Central Research Station. Going to be talking about annual forages and cover crops. James actually has an extensive background in forages. Actually worked at the Noble Foundation out of Oklahoma for quite some time. Originally a graduate of Clemson University.
Oh, okay.
But I think good topic. Something we haven't had for a while, and always good to talk about, especially beans we are in, cow country also besides crops. So some forage options. And then actually I'm going to have the new agronomy field specialist out of SDSU Rapid City. Actually the guy that took my old position from when I moved up here 10 years ago. Clarence Winter, actually Regent graduate out of SDSU. Going to be talking about...
he's making $1.5 million. Is that what he
makes? Yeah,
I'm
sure that's what he's making.
A little bit more than you did?
A little bit more than I did. Yeah, that's exactly right. Because, we're high paid in
Yeah, there you go.
So all of us out in the university. So... But he's going to be talking about soil phosphorus and no-till, and actually he did that research at the Dakota Lakes Research Farm, which with our producers out there will know that's pretty highly touted for its no-till research. And then the other one that we have Ritendu was on there, and I'm not going to even try to pronounce her last name because I will butcher it. But she's the new soil health specialist up at Dickinson REC, and I'm going to be talking about the Farmers for Soil Health program, which is a new program sponsored by the Soy Checkoff, Corn Council, Pork Checkoff, and basically going to be a program to enhance soil health with cover crops. And I know the program's going to provide technical and actually I think there's financial support also available for that. And Rotunda will be talking a lot about that new program, and I'm sure also be looking for producers that are going to be interested in that program.
Okay.
So I think that actually is something that we're very interested in the people in the area.
Yeah, definitely. What was her last name again?
Yeah, I'm not
even going to take a shot at it?
I'm not even going to take a tit.
Naya
The thing
Musamba?
is, she actually also used to work at SDSU. I don't know. You probably better?
That was really close.
Probably really close.
Naya Musamba.
Naya Basamba? Probably it. So, like I said, she just started up there just actually this fall.
Oh, okay.
So, we actually have, I'm sure Chris Augustine will be discussing that, but there's actually several new agronomy positions actually been hired up at Dickinson. And speaking on then Chris Augustine, who's the director, but also soil scientist, going to be talking about the research they've been doing at Dickinson. I believe he'll be covering some trials they've done with sulfur fertilizing on wheat and canola, and then I think continuation of their studies with some of the low pH issues we're dealing in the region.
Okay.
So, and then we'll finish out with those of us from the Hettinger Agronomy Program with Caleb Dowley, weed scientist. We'll be giving a weed control update and update on some of the research he has been doing. And I'll close out the program, be talking about wheat varieties, and then I've actually had several agronomy studies this year I'll be talking about, canola planting date, spring wheat management, looking at different fertilizer rates and N rates, spring wheat scab control, and a corn population study we started this year. So I think we have a pretty full program.
Yeah, no doubt. You guys do have the coffee break and donuts provided by sponsors, so let's talk about those sponsors.
Yeah, we have sponsors. So sponsors, Hettinger Chamber of Commerce, CHS Southwest Grain, Farm Credit Services of Mandan, and Helena Agri Enterprises out of New England.
Okay.
So very much appreciative of them being our sponsors, and yes, we still have donuts. We don't have lunch anymore, but there'll be donuts.
Do have the donuts. So it is the 41st annual Western Dakota Crops Day.
And
That'll
yeah,
be
been
tomorrow.
going on for a while.
Yeah.
So, and then, like I said, we have Aspen here because also during at that coffee break time, we do have some commodity elections that have to be run. So,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
let Aspen
She's going to let us know about
discuss
that.
what's going on there.
Okay.
Yes, so commodity elections, a lot like any elections, sometimes it can be hard to get people to show up and vote. But these are really important. This year, the ones that are up for election are the corn, the dry pea and lentil, and the sunflowers. To be eligible to do that, you have to be someone who's going to be planting this in the county and/or / has a vested interest in those commodity, and that is their words. And I can look into that more if someone has questions.
Okay. Sounds good.
Any producers who want to be a part of these are welcome to come. The Western Dakota Crops Day obviously has a lot of great information, so it should help you on your own operation to make it even better. But specifically, these elections are held so that Adams County is represented on the district and state level. If you are elected, then you would get to go to the district one, and they pay your mileage to go. They'll have food there. We'll have food at this one. The whole process shouldn't take a lot of time. I would say half an hour for all three, frankly, maybe not even that. But it's a really important thing, and so I would really suggest that any producers in the area that are growing corn, dry pea and lentil, or sunflowers, go on and come on out. Even if you're not interested in necessarily being elected, but maybe just being updated on what's going on with these elections to make sure, if nothing else, you know who to complain to.
There you go. That's a good idea. Super. Okay. Anything else then, Aspen?
That's what I have for commodity elections. I will be here again tomorrow with Sean. We're going to be talking about ranching for profit. So if you guys haven't heard about that, I highly suggest you do a little Google search. It should pop right up. But
Okay.
we will talk a lot on that tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Aspen.
Thank you.
Anything else from you, John?
No, I think that pretty much covers us.
Okay.
Appreciate, I think I said, it should be a decent day. Come out. I think we actually have a really good program. So, like I said, hope, just like I said, don't show up at the armory. Come to the station at 1 o'clock.
There you go. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.